back, students. In the previous class, we discussed about the first phylum, that is Porifera, right? So in this class, we shall move on and study the second phylum, that is the phylum Coelenterata. Here, the Coelenterata is also called the phylum, that is Cnidaria. Cnidaria, that is because of a specialized cell that will be derived now. Here, in the previous phylum, that is the phylum Porifera, the organization of the cells and other different types of the or different criteria, they were very simple. Whereas here in this phylum, that is the phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria, we have a little advanced than that of the phylum Porifera. So here, in case of this phylum Coelenterata, we have the different types, under which under Porifera we had only one type, right? So that is the only the cycle, that is which are having numerous pores, isn't it? So here in this phylum we don't find such type of pores, but instead we have different types, other types of body. So here, when we study regarding the habit, we find that they are aquatic and they are marine. As usual in the previous case, as in Porifera, also here, even here they are marine and they are exclusively marine, which are not found in the fresh water or on land. So they are purely aquatic forms. But in here, they are either free living or sessile. That is, in the case of Poriferans, they are mostly sessile, right? They are attached to any of the substrata. For example, your siphon, or the other one, that is the Euspongia. So they are attached into other substratum or support, right? So that is what we call the sessile forms, that is the attached forms. Whereas the other one, that is free living, or they are independent, right? So they move from one place to another without any barrier. So they can freely move from one place to another. So that is either they are free or sessile, which are exclusively marine and they are aquatic. Understood? Now here, this phyla, they are exclusively comprised of radially symmetrical symmetry, right? So in the previous phylum, that is the phylum Porifera, as I explained in the general character or general criteria, they are asymmetric, right? They were asymmetric, whereas here in this Coelenterata or Cnidaria, they are radially symmetrical. So remember, they are radially symmetrical. That is, what is that? Here you can divide the animal body into different or two equal halves at different planes, right? So here you can find different planes. So that is the radially symmetrical. So in Poriferans you have to write they are asymmetrical, whereas here they are radially symmetrical. And then here you find a special kinds of cells, as in Poriferans you found pinocytes, right? So here you find a special type of cells that is called nidoblasts or nidocytes. This nidocytes, they are nothing but a special type of cells which are exclusively found in the phylum Coelenterata, and they comprise of stinging capsules. Stinging capsules are nothing but these are the some kind of special projections which causes irritation to the other organism when it is attacked, right? So if an organism attacks this coelentrates, for example, there is a jellyfish, that is an example for this coelenterate. Here, if it is found attacked by another organism, here there is a tentacle, that is external growth of this animal body, and each of these tentacles they comprise of this medioblasts. Here you have a basal bulb portion, and inside it you have the numerous stinging cells, right? And this comprises of a long projection that can be used as a for capturing of the prey. Just like your hook and a fish. When you take a hook, you and have this kind of structure, right? So that is used for capturing prey. Understood? So that is a special type of cells wherein it comprises of stinging capsules, and then it can be used for anchorage of this organism, and they can also be used as defense purpose, as I explained now, to prevent the attack of enemies. There is a stinging cell, right? So this protrudes outside the tentacle and then causes irritation to the enemy, and then they can also use it as a for capturing prey. Understood? That is a special type of cells which is characteristically found in Coelenterata. Hence, they are also called the Nidaria group. Got the point now? That is Coelenterata or Nidaria. Here, when we speak about the organization of the body, we have the tissue level of organization. So, in the previous case, it was cellular level, and that was very primitive, right? So, here we find that the level of organization is little advanced, and we have the tissue level of organization. That is, all the body parts they are comprising of tissues. All the functions they are carried out by the tissues. Tissues are nothing but a group of cells which have similar functions, and they are derived from the similar or the same parent. Understood? So that is where we find the tissue level of organization. And then here the animal body, that is said to be diploblastic. So in the previous, when I explained about the general characters, I had explained that, right? So we find that there is a external endoderm, internal external ectoderm, and internal endoderm, between which we have the mesoderm. So here we find only the external ectoderm and the internal endoderm. There is no mesoderm. So they are said to be diploblastic. Got it? So diploblastic refers to that the body cavity is lined by two layers. That is the ectoderm and the endoderm. And here, in some forms, we find there is a single opening, such similar to that of osculum. Even here, you find a mouth-like single opening, and that is called the hypostome. Clear? Hypo refers to lower portion or the tip, and then stoma refers to opening, or that is opening, right? So that is a mouth-like opening that is formed at the tip of this animal body. So here you find, say here, if this is an animal body, and here at the tip there is a, or it is found at the center, and then at the lower portion we find a mouth-like structure. Even here you find this mouth-like structure, right? Opening. That is nothing but that is called the hypostome. Clear? And then here there is a little advanced type of skeletal system, and then wherein in case of auriculus we find there is a spicules, right, which are bowl-shaped or star-shaped or pointed structures. Whereas here, for example, the corals, or what we call this Right. So there you find that it is made up of the calcium carbonate crystal. That is the skeletal system found in some types of cylindrids, and they are commonly called the corals. So they are made up of, note down, calcium carbonate CaCO3. Understood? Calcium carbonate. And then here in this group there is a little advancement in the body types. That is, we find two types of body levels or body shapes. One is what is called the polyp, and then the other one that is called the medusa. So here you find that there is a polyp. Right. So polyp is nothing but a elongated cell-like structure or elongated structure, and then at the tip it has a cup-like mouth. So this is a type of polyp. So this is elongated, and that you won't find many tentacles. Here, even though if it is found, it is restricted to the tip. It is not found throughout the body, as in the later case. Here, you find a hypostome, and then the body that is elongated, and they are cylindrical. That is, inner to the body, you have an inner cavity. Understood? So that is meant by, or that is the polyp. Example for such kind of polyp, one is the hydra. You students have written this hydra in bryophytes, right? So that cannot be happened. Here, this is an animal which belongs to the cylindrical, and here you find such kind of elongated structures, right, with a cavity inside. And the other one, that is sea anemone, which is a sessile organism. So whenever you have time, you can search in internet. So you can be familiar with the terms. The hydra or sea anemone, or that is called adamsia. That is the scientific name. So you have to underline whenever the scientific names are written. That was dealt in the first class, right, regarding botanical or the scientific nomenclature. So the same thing applies here. Whenever you write a scientific name, it has to be underlined. So in your exam paper, you have an underlined as scientific names. And then in the reproduction, or the other one, that is the medusa. This medusa, that is a flattened structure which comprises of numerous tentacles at their lower portion. See here, it is elongated, whereas this medusa, that is a flattened structure with numerous tentacles on the lower surface, and at the center you have the mouth. Right. So that is also called the, what is known as the mouth, hypostome. Right. At the base you have the hypostome, and then surrounding which you have the numerous tentacles. And these tentacles, they comprise of this idiom or medulloblasts. Understood? So that helps in capturing the prey or anchorage or defense purpose. So this is the another type of the body, that is morphology, and that is called the medusa. Got it? So there are two types. One is polyp and the other one medusa. So if this point will be asked for 2 marks to write down the differences between polyp and medusa. So what will you write? So here in the polyp we have a cylindrical structure, medusa flattened structure, and then here the tentacles are restricted to the tip, here all through the lower surface, and then nucleus are either present or absent. Here it is present. Understood? And then when we study about the examples, that is the jellyfish. Jellyfish is the common name, and then the scientific name, that is the Aurelia. Aurelia is one such example for the Medusa type of cylindrics. Got it? And here, in case of this, some of the organisms where you find both the forms, that is both the polyp and Medusa. If that is the case, you find that there is an alternation of generation. So that alternation of generation, wherein you find that the polyp that gives rise to Medusa, the polyp that gives rise to Medusa through asexual type, whereas the Medusa in turn gives rise to polyp through sexual method. Clear? So that is the different types of reproduction that takes place in both the both organisms, or the both forms that is found in a same organism. Right? There is the polyp gives rise to Medusa through asexual means, and the Medusa gives rise to polyp through sexual means. Clear? So that is the case wherein you find both the forms. So now let us recall all the characters. Important characters if it is asked for 5 marks also. Here the phylum Coelenterata, they are aquatic in nature, which is exclusively marine, and they are maybe free living or sessile. And then the symmetry, that is radial. You find a special type of stinging capsules in the cells, that is called the nidoblast, and the name nidaria. That is the alternate name for Coelenterata, right? And then here you find the tissue level of organization, the body of the organism, that is diploblastic, with tissue level of organization. And then there is a single opening at the tip of the body, that is called the hypostome, which acts as a mouth, wherein the water enters inside and expelled out. If the skeletal system are present, that is made up of calcium carbonate. And then you find two types of body or the bodies, right? That is alternate forms of the organism that can be polyp or Medusa. For example, Hydra or the sea anemone that constitutes polyp type, whereas the jellyfish that constitutes the Medusa type. Here, polyp is cylindrical with tentacles restrictedly taped. Medusa is flattened structure with tentacles present all over the lower surface. Right? And then, if this polyp and Medusa that is present in the same organism, there is the alternation of generation, wherein the polyp gives rise to Medusa through asexual means, and the Medusa gives rise to polyp through sexual means. Got it? So these are all the characters and examples: Hydra or sea anemone or jellyfish, or the other one, that is the sea. There is another example, that is the Portuguese man of war. There are different examples. So all this constitute the phylum Coelenterata, right? So if you have any doubts, or if you didn't understand any of the topics, both in Coelenterata or Coelenterata or any of the other topics, please approach without any hesitation. Thank you.